So hello everyone. Today I want to introduce you guys about the three console wars, about how Nintendo stands her ground in gaming industries in recent 20 years. So here are some background informations. Nintendo was founded in 1889 and got into gaming industries since 1970. It turns out she has competed with several game companies like Sega, Atari in the past, and nowadays she involves in a war with Microsoft and Sony with their Xbox and PlayStation consoles. So I want to focus within 20 years to see how Nintendo had performed recently. Things that inspires my inspirations here is Nintendo usually play as the benchmark of the game industry because she always provides the best gameplays. However, she recently showed poor performance in Wii U sessions around 2013. So I want to start with the investigations, why Wii U failed, and also how has she performed recently. The resources here I use are Kaggle's and VG charts. So here's the charts of the sales from 2013 to 2018. As we can see from the release of Nintendo Wii U compared to other two consoles, she does not have a very significant performance. This it shows some kinds of increase in 2014, but doesn't actually increase after that, and really just this decrease after that. So Wii U doesn't really have a nice performance. So what comes to my mind first is it about the release time problems? So I create a timeline for the console release date for these three companies, and I focus on the time slots here. 2012, the release time of Wii U. As I see at this part, I can see that PS4 and Xbox are released like 1 year right after Wii U. At that time, players will be already seeing those resale videos and advertisement of PS4 and Xbox, which will make them less likely to buy Wii U, causing the low global sale of Wii U. And here's the chart of the console sales from 2006 to 2022. You can see that this part is Wii U and it doesn't perform well compared to PS4, Xbox, and other consoles. So I go deeper to other than time. Are there any reasons for that? Consoles and games are always buy together. So sales of the consoles will always combine with sales of the games. So I try to create some interactive visualizations for ratings, rank scores, and global sales of the game with respect to platforms. First we see here is the ratings with respect to different platforms here. As we can see from the diagrams, Nintendo has significant amount of games in E and E10 plus game, and very few mature games. On the other side, PlayStation and Xbox are quite distributed and mostly in mature games. This is related to the Nintendo strategies, game consoles that are allowed by mothers. Because if mothers usually don't like their children playing games, so they won't really want their children to buy the consoles. However, Nintendo tried to make the games are more family friendly so that the mothers won't have to care too much about their children being affected or being scared by the game content, so they're more family friendly and increase their sales. And here is a calculated field I created for the rank score. It is all related to the user scores and the critic scores. And overall, it has 5 different ranks of A rank, B rank, C rank, D rank, and below 7th. And I also created some combinations of user or critic preferred. If the ratio is bigger than 11 and is critic preferred. If it's smaller than 9, is user preferred. So here is the first interactive visualizations where here's the year of release, as they can move it to see different years and choose the platform they're interested in. For example, Nintendo, and see the ranks they are interested and choose specific games. And here is the choice seeing those player or critic preferred games like Redis, the users are like this game more, and the blue ones are the games the critic prefer these games more. And yeah, they can click on games and see if it is similar evaluations or preferred by others. And here's the chart showing that scores shown here are the combination from multiple platforms, because game can have similar scores, like user score, critic score can be similar but on different platforms and different games. So so if the users are trying to find some several games with these visualizations for a specific game, can be quite complicated. So I try to combine these two visualizations into a better visualization, which is called the nice dashboard I have here. For this nice dashboard, first of all, the users can again choose the years of release they want to see. So if it is as a 20 years of range, I would choose like 2000 to 2020 and see the platforms and choose the platforms. For example, we are interested in Nintendo, and as I see this chart here, I can see a significant point here, like 2009. I would be if the audience were interested in this part, and click on the part, and he can see these games will be shown here in the order of the cells. For example, here is the Wii Sports Resort. When the audience tried to put their mouse hover onto this bar, you can see the genre, consoles, rating, rank scores, and the global sales of this game. What's more, you can click on this part and see the actual point of this part, and see the rank score of Wii Sports Resort on Wii, showing the platform of this game, and see the user scores and critic scores, and hover on it to see further details like publishers, ratings, or different scores of it. And yeah, he can also just get back and see different games like Microsoft Kinect Adventures. Click on that and see the sales, global sales, and the scores of it. Like, wow, it's below 7, yeah, and see it's on Xbox X360, and it doesn't perform quite well. So yeah, but all in all, with this helpful, nice dashboard, I come into some conclusions about this game, about the game sales over 2005 to 2010, because I see this part as the Nintendo's best performance within the 20 years. Nintendo has a significant performance from 2005 to 2009 with the release of Nintendo DS and Wii. The most significant games are Wii Sports, Wii Fit, and Mario Kart, as we can click on this part, like Nintendo Dogs, Wii Sport, Wii Fit, Mario Kart Wii, and Wii Sport Resort. These sports games have significant contributions to Nintendo global sales. Also, I also figured out that higher score sales does not always mean high rank scores. Like most global sales are contributed by the lower rank here. For example, Wii Sport, when we click on that, we can see that it is only a D rank game, but it still contributes like around 32.7 millions of the global sales. So yeah, another conclusion I come here for, like, after 2010 seems like being the Nintendo's significant decrease in global sales, as we can see that most sales are contributed by 3DS games. As we click through, we can see that they're contributed by games like Mario Kart on 3DS, and Wii U doesn't really show significant contributions. Plus, we can see an overall decreasing trend of the game console industry, which might be caused by the emergence of iPhone and mobile games. But for future of Nintendo, I see the potential here. For example, as I see the console sales from 2017 to 22, I can see the trends of increasing as Nintendo are trying to cut out a new path for their consoles. But still, we can see that PlayStations or Xbox are quite effective competitors. A little bit decreased, but yeah, we still have potential here. So good luck on Nintendo's performance. So yeah, that's all for my presentations.